What's wrong with people?
That's a good way to approach taking something to market.
We've got this widget.
We've got the only thing that will ever work.
That's right. People want to get stuff done in life.
Yes.
And they get stopped.
Yes.
They procrastinate and they do all this stuff. And what we know is that the way to get stuff done is to make your promise first and then put something at stake, something that you're holding up there that you're risking losing if you don't do what you said. It works for behavior, any regular behavior. That's what we're talking about. Not a one-off thing. You can do one-off things, different part of the brain, no problem. We're talking about habitual behavior. If you want to change the amount of time you're spending making phone calls to people to build your business, great. This is a thing for that. If you want to start exercising regularly, you want to play the piano, you want to study German, whatever it is you want to do regularly, that's the area that we're in.
There's a lot of talk around self-sabotage at the moment, but what is self-sabotage? Why do people think that they can't have what they want?
Your brain doesn't want to take risks. Your brain just wants to sit on the couch and watch television. And that's what people are doing in their lives. Like, that's kind of a metaphor for how people are living their lives. They're sitting on the couch watching television because anything else is too risky. So I don't know that I want to risk doing exercise because the last time I tried that, it didn't work, or it felt bad, made me uncomfortable, it threatens my identity.
I'm being a bit oppressed because I might lose money and I've got to report to an app, rather than to reacting to, actually, this might help me not have type 2 diabetes. People don't want to be accountable even to themselves in producing that which will alter their lives.
That's right.
They concentrate on the opportunity to fail at the point of reporting, rather than actually, what will my life be like if I'm 10 kilos lighter? How are we going to get a message through to people that says you're not actually stuck the way you think you are?
See, the point about it all is, if you actually do the behavior you want to be doing, then your brain adjusts to that really quickly. Experience alters the brain. So if you're terrified of doing paragliding and you go out there 3 days in a row and do a paragliding course, at the end of the 3 days, your brain goes, oh, that's not so scary after all. I didn't die when I went paragliding, and actually it was quite good fun. And suddenly you're a paraglider because the experience remodels your brain. And that's how it is with all this stuff. But the problem is you don't get out the door and go for 3 days of paragliding, so you assume that you can't do paragliding. You've got to actually take the actions to change your attitude to it. It's not the other way around. Don't read a fucking book. Don't read a book to change your attitude. Go and have the experience, and then your attitudes will follow. That's how it works.
I'm clear. This app is for paragliders. Is that right? So, okay, we finally have a market niche. It's people who are terrified of paragliding that we think should go paragliding.
You should go paragliding. It's fantastic.
What could possibly go wrong?
The way that you make decisions in your brain involves a part of the brain called the basal ganglia. And it does action selection. It does, yeah, I know, right? The brain does this thing where it decides what action it's going to take. And yeah, it turns out that although all of your cortex is wired to this part of your brain and it's sending all of the what you should do stuff to the basal ganglia, that doesn't really influence what you do that much. What really makes the difference is the emotional content. Almost all of our decision making is emotionally based, particularly when it comes to doing new things. So how are you going to generate a strong enough emotional trigger to do what you want to do? You've only got two tools. You've got risk and you've got reward. And risk works much better than reward does. If we could have you chased by a lion around the park, that would work great. You'd do whatever is necessary to avoid
being. You'd
being
get fit, wouldn't you? That way.
You'd get fit. You would get fit. Not that many lions around, unfortunately. Controlling them's a bit of an issue. What is the thing that you could risk that's not going to endanger your life, because you don't want to do that, but what is going to generate a strong risk sufficient for you to activate the survival circuitry of your brain and not threaten your health? It's money. It's the risk of losing money. We've spent thousands of years turning everything in our environment into a monetary value. And as a result of that, the brain's now confused. And it thinks that losing money is a threat to your survival. And that's why it's then open to change. You actually think you're going to die if you lose money. That's why our tool works. That's why it works better than practically anything else out there. And that's why it works instantly.